Good evening, everyone. So, we are going to be talking about Halloween today. I'm a factual type of person. Everything is not about religion to me, but about facts. I'm very logical, very straight to the point. I've never been moved off of emotions, so let me just say that. So, when I get on here, I always like to go to the facts and I like people to do research themselves. So, there are things we're going to be talking about that have scriptures that correlate to them. The Bible has every answer to anything that you could possibly ask, but you people don't do your research. I'm not going to give you the scriptures on the topics that we're going to talk about today purposely because I want you to search it yourself. And a lot of you need to stop taking people's word for things, okay? Because everybody that gets on here is not speaking truth, does not have your best interest at heart. It doesn't matter how many times they say they're Christian, okay? So you guys need to start following along yourself and getting convicted by doing your own due diligence and your own research on things. I could get on here and say anything I want to about Halloween. That doesn't mean you should listen to me. You always need to ask the Holy Spirit about who you're watching, what you're listening to, even a TV show, a movie. So don't just get on here and take somebody's word for something ever. Never. It doesn't matter if it's a Christian podcast like this. It doesn't matter. You need to do your own due diligence. Now I'm telling you that Halloween is satanic. Okay? And still, don't take my word for it. You need to research it yourself. Okay? Christianity is the only religion that blatantly ignores facts. Blatantly. Okay? Like ignores facts for pleasure specifically. The only religion with FOMO, fear of missing out. Okay? Christian people blatantly sin because of fear of missing out. That is insane. Do you know that this is not our last stop? Do you know that? This is not our last stop. We're not even going to be here for too much longer. So what exactly you think you're going to be missing out on? When we are supposed to be the complete opposite, we're supposed to separate ourselves from the world. We are one of the only people, as far as religion, halfway in, halfway out. Not even trying to hide it. At least Muslims try to hide it. At least they try to act like they doing right. Christian people don't even do that. They just out in the world for everybody to see. They don't even try to cover up. No shame. It's Christian people. And you wonder why people don't even trust us and trust what we say because of things like that. Those exact things. These lukewarm Christians are the ones that are tainting our name, not the ones out in the world. And you wonder why non-believers don't take us serious is because we play with God too much. The most hypocritical religion on the face of the planet. If you tell a Muslim Allah said do something, 9 times out of 10, they'll never do that thing again. In any other religion that worships false gods. But us, no, you got to tell us a good 10, 20 times and we got to almost reach the bottom of the barrel and reach the lowest point in life before we even make any corrections. It's one thing for me as a Christian to say Halloween is not for us and it's demonic. You don't believe me? Okay, no problem. But when you have witches and high-ranking warlocks and Satanists telling you that Halloween is demonic, okay, now that's telling you something. That's when your ears should perk up and say, Satan's children is telling us it's demonic. Now, why would they say that? Because they don't want us to get any candy? They don't want us to dress up in cute little costumes? Why would they say that? What sense does that make if they weren't telling the truth? How can you still act stupid and blind after that if a whole witch is telling you, yo, this is what we do on Halloween. This is why Christian people shouldn't celebrate it. And you still just gonna ignore that message? The very people that want to destroy you are giving you a heads up in front of your very eyes and laughing because Christians are so desperate for candy and costumes and partying and drinking that they just like, oh, okay, like we still gonna do it. Like this month is when the veil to the spirit realm is the thinnest. October. Okay, every year. This is when the most spiritual activity goes down, the most witchcraft goes down, the most killing and sacrifices goes down, the most problems in people's lives goes down. October. Okay? This is when it's at its strongest because of the moon. Now I'm not gonna get into all that because y'all need to start doing some research yourself. There's plenty of videos out there that can explain this to you. Former witches, even witches right now, warlocks, Satan worshippers, famous people, all the same message. You know, let alone the history of Halloween. I'll give you this one example. So pumpkin carving, that same carving was done in Ireland. The Irish started this when they used to capture people and put them in the same pumpkin carving, but in wooden form. And they used to put their people that they captured or conquered, whatever, and they used to put them in there and they used to set it on fire. So then people, you know, now we have the pumpkin carvings and you put the light inside of there, which represents the fire of all those people burning. And it's not even funny. I'm just appalled that people do things and don't even do their research at this day and age. There's so much about the history of Halloween. There's so much with the history of October. There's so much with the moon and witchcraft in October. Like that people, there is so much to learn. All Christians want to do is be offended when they think someone wants to stop them from having fun or enjoying life. Why would that be my MO, to stop you from getting some candy and wearing some costumes? Why would I wake up and spend my day trying to tell you what to do? Why would what you do affect me? Why would I care unless something was wrong and I'm trying to warn you? I'm not trying to stop you from having fun and living your life. Oh, Christians always ruining everything. That ain't even my business. I'm just doing what the word says because I call myself a Christian. So I have to do what the word says. Very simple. And then if I see somebody else doing wrong, my brothers and sisters, I gotta let them know what the word says. Very simple. Do you know that in the Bible there are scriptures about costumes and masks, artifacts, like things that you bring into your home? That's what I mean by artifacts. People who collect things from other countries and things like that. It talks about that. It talks about cursed objects. It talks about death. It talks about witchcraft. It talks about crystals and rocks and things like that. Y'all know what I mean by that. It talks about mediums and talking to the dead. A whole list of things. It talks about the little skeletons y'all be hanging up on Halloween. It talks about the haunted houses, which is invoking fear. I mean, it talks about yoga. Like the Bible has just about everything that you can think of. So there is really no excuse. If you want the answer, it's in there. Now, if you really want to know and you really can't find it, you can email me, okay? Or you can message me, whatever. Even my phone number's on there. You can text me, my business number, okay? One of us will answer you if you really can't find it. But I'm purposely not going to give those scriptures because I want you to actually seek them out for yourself, okay? Yes, the people who use the crystals and the rocks and the sage and all that and try to do these inner healing, spiritual cleansings and all that, the Bible talks about all of that. The Bible talks about seances, you know, those TV shows with the ghost stories and all that kind of stuff. I mean, there is something for everything in the Bible. So you can't sit here and say, where does it say that in the Bible? Have you ever tried to look for it? It's in there. Okay? So it's not just like, oh, I'm getting on here trying to stop kids from having a childhood and why would I do that? No. Why? They can get candy any day. Any day. If you want to put them in a little, you know, cute little something and take some pictures, you can do that any day. It don't have to be October. You can do that anytime. They won't be missing out. Trust me. Okay. All y'all want to do is be offended, thinking somebody's trying to tell you what to do. I'm reading from the Bible. After that, it's out of my hands. My job is done once I put the word out. That's my only job. Okay. So none of you actually do any research. That's what gets me. For you to participate in Halloween, that would have to tell me that you did your research, you watched all the, made a conscious decision to still do it, and then it's out of my hands. Okay, you get mad and you don't even pray and ask God if it's okay for you to participate in something. You just do it. You got to be careful with everything. You need to research every holiday. Okay, don't just be celebrating Christmas because somebody told you to. Don't be celebrating July 4th because somebody told you to. Don't do anything just because somebody told you to. Pray about it. When it comes to major decisions like this, what you're going to celebrate, what you're going to participate, what you're going to bring in your home, you need to be doing your due diligence. Okay, now if God convicts you after you watch this video, that's great and that's wonderful. I love that for you, because that means you and his relationship is top tier, and I love that for you. But if you still unsure about it, do your research. You know, it's hard. It is hard to give up things that we're used to, that are fun, that, you know, we want to do like everybody else does. It's hard. You know, it's hard to stop going to the bar and going to dance and listen to music even if you don't drink. You know, sometimes you just want to people watch and just be around your friends and hear some music. It's hard to give that up. So I can understand a whole holiday that the whole world celebrates. I get that. But get over it. It's time to get over it. Okay? Yeah, get over that. You'll be all right. So you can watch videos from ex-witches specifically that are Christian now. I mean, even current witches, they'll tell you, like, you, if you have not had spiritual encounters and demonic encounters like myself, I can see why there's an ignorance to this, but there's so much information out there for you to pull up and to learn about stuff with all the technology that we have, that there's still really not an excuse. But, you know, it just tells me that your spiritual eyes are not open, because there's so much going on around you, especially in October. Okay, so, you know, if you prefer to be ignorant, you know, that's fine. Why would they tell you not to celebrate something when they should be wanting you to participate in this demonic stuff? You know, it doesn't, like, why would they be giving you a heads up? Take that into consideration, because even they know how evil it is. They know what they do on Halloween. It's a lot going on, a whole lot going on. Okay, and you know, you can't do whatever you want to do. You just can't as a Christian. You want to keep, you know, doing trunk or treat, seeing that as innocent, so you don't have to have conviction about it, but you still got your kids dressed up in costumes, and you don't even understand that the products that are sold on Halloween, what they do to those. You also need to look that up. Okay, any Halloween product being sold in October already has something on it, and you put it right on your child or you eat it. Because they know y'all gonna eat that stuff up, spend all your money. They know you're gonna put that stuff on. You have no idea what you're doing, what you're bringing home with you, what you're ingesting. You have no idea. And yes, it's done. It's done every day. Okay, they are doing all kinds of stuff to the food and things that we buy. Yes, that's why you need to be praying about things you bring into your house and before you buy anything with your money. Yes, but during Halloween, like I said, things are the strongest during October. Okay, you know, for somebody like me who has had many encounters in the spiritual realm and been attacked by witchcraft, if somebody tells me something is demonic, I'm looking into it, period. If I'm unsure about it, that is. You know, you disagreeing with me that Halloween is not demonic don't have nothing to do with me. I'm gonna still sleep just fine tonight if you decide to still participate. Okay? But when you being spiritually attacked and opening up the demonic realm in your household, when you wondering why you had money and now you don't, when you wondering why all your plans are failing or they're taking longer for you to get there versus everybody else around you, when